Previously, on the fourth culture, we are Survey Team 3 from the Namandan Union. We were supposed to do a basic bodyguard mission, which ended up in us having to do a fetch quest to rescue the princess of the civilized empire. Why? Because the Namandan Union doesn't want to do business with a country that, betrays their allies and goes back on treaties. Because you signed already for what? Later they just go back on it, ma. So they want to change the regime and get the princess on the throne because her uncle usurped the throne and, is that kind of backstabbing bastard that nobody likes. Anyway, we are undercover as guards of a caravan run by a man called Yafir Tama, an arms dealer, and we are traveling to Twilight's End where she is kept. On the way there, we are now in this very nice village called
Dawn's Edge.
Yes, that is populated by a lot of retired adventurers. On our first night there, Kaman and Bara got kidnapped by the minions of the big bad in the area called Riaka. With the help of this very angry purple kobold called Chandelier, who is a local, we discovered that they were kidnapped and replaced by vegetable people. After we killed the vegetable people, we went to his stronghold. It took a lot of finding, right? It wasn't just go there, got adventure one. Anyway, we go there, we find our people, we rescue them. And then we discover that Riaka seemed to be a giant black dragon, and we were like, ha! Run away! So we ran back to the village where Bara, he has been keeping this egg from a griffin that, I accidentally killed on purpose. And then the egg hatched. And when the egg was hatching, and we were trying to deal with this new baby in our group, Riaka decided to attack the village. And then that was when we met a very special person. So exciting, so sassy. And her name was Chang Chang, the captain of the Flame Hawk, a flaming airship. Who has a thing like a flaming air? It makes no... Anyway, so with her help, we managed to defend the village from Riaka's minions. We also had a massive aerial combat with Riaka. Hiya, hiya, hiya! And it turned out that Riaka wasn't actually a black dragon. He was this blue-skinned, weird-looking thing. And we still don't know what the hell he is, right?
Don't know.
I don't know what the hell he is. But then, Bara has this special auntie who stays in his head. And Agatha said that this blue skin guy is actually the scion, which means son. I don't know why she want to use special word, but anyway, scion of a god. Right?
Mad God.
A mad god. I don't know why the sanity matters in this matter, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we defeated him, and then we were like, yay! And then we looted his body, yay! And then Chang Chang was like, I want his head. Then we were like, okay, can. Since you got the sharp sword, you go and stab him lah. So that was when we discovered he actually haven't died yet. Because Kie went to cut his head off, and then things happened. Not that we can see we just saw like his body, ayah! And then we're like, oops, well, I guess he's dead now. But in Kie's mind, she saw black swirling energy get sucked into her sword.
Oh no.
And then nothing actually happened until later. So we cut off the head already, right? Then after that, we like, since you're already messy, you might as well cut up the rest of him.
So we can tap out.
Then we found out that his heart was actually made of intan. Intan is a very special thing that you need to cast spells with. Without, you cannot cast any spells. So the fact that his whole heart was made of intan is like, I mean, it's very unusual, but we also struck it rich because it's very valuable, this commodity.
Intan tio.
Wow.
He say one.
What? I said it. Oh,
I give you thumbs. Intan tio, yeah. So anyway, you cut up his body, and then the savages that we are decided to bring his body back as meat lah. Don't ask me why. I wasn't quite sure why.
Waste not, want not, right?
Yeah.
That usually applies to non-sentient creatures, but okay, never mind. So we went back to the village, and then we found that they had taken up shelter in the inn that we were staying at, which is the Red Bird. Wow, why suddenly so bright? And then
wait.
they had been taking care of Bob the Griffin. So we took Bob back.
Oh.
And then there was a blackout.
That was funny.
Yes. So along the way, at some point, right, I guess the Auntie Agatha appeared again to Bara and said something about if you eat the body, you can gain powers. So Bara got it into his head that I need to eat this guy, right? Difficult to explain to outsiders, but it made sense in his head. So anyway, he started to feed our Bob, the griffin, the baby griffin, parts of the body, and then he also own self eat the body a bit lah, which was not openly in front of everybody, but yeah, like cook a bit here and there. Okay. Anyway, so we split up some of the loot that we found, and Bara got this black leather mask. That night when we were sleeping, the two of them had the same nightmare, which was very strange. It was about a mountain, and then a lot of people climbing up the mountain, struggle, okay? And then he was in it, she was also in it, and she saw him, but he didn't see her. But she recognized him because of the abs and then the mask, okay? And then at one point, he suddenly disappeared from the dream, okay? But then, PA's dream went on a little bit more. There was a voice that spoke to her and said, "Hello, my name is Koshi, and I claim to be the sword, and I can see and hear through your ears and eyes," something like that. And then after that, asked her, "What do you know about the deathless?" And she was like, So he said that he lived a long time ago, and then he wanted to be immortal. So he studied on the subject, and then after that he discovered, hey, there are all these people called the deathless, you know. And then after that he decided he didn't like these people. He doesn't want to become one of them. He thinks they are an abomination, and wants to get rid of them or something like that. So after that she got a vision of this big table, and then got like 9 slots on the table, and then got like this molten thing that poured into the table. And then after that, there were 9 other people, and they were chanting. And then Koshi gave up his life to go into the sword. And therefore, the sword can actually trap deathless inside. Anyway, so they woke up, and then they discussed their dreams. And then they decided we have the same dream. And then she told him about Koshi. And then he told us about Koshi the mage, who lived many 100,000 of years ago, was a very destructive person, was a disciple of the great hag, raised entire kingdom. And we were like, okay, how? And then Bara said, your sword is evil, we must destroy it. But then we didn't know what to do, so let's put a pin in it. Next day, we woke up, right? We found out that Bob has suddenly grown up a lot overnight, and now can speak common, can say his own name, which is quite shocking. Has black feathers, when his mother was actually quite nice, tan, kind of lion type thing. So we were like, this is not very normal, but maybe he's gifted lah, Left him with Yafir. And then we went to Riaka's lair, and then we looted the place. And we found a whole bunch of things, including a book of letters between Riaka and a people called the Blood Company. Okay? In one of the letters, we found out that it said something about, it is imperative that Yafir and those in his convoy pretending to be his guards are waylaid and disposed of, and we will consider all debts to be repaid if this is done, says Duke Antaros. That was when we realized, this name is very familiar. Is in the letter that we got from this spy a long time ago when we were trying to pretend to be guards for Yafir's caravan. And then we went back to the town, we spoke to Yafir, who decided, okay, you know what? Let us have mutual trust. Let's cast a zone of truth with a scroll, and then we can talk openly. So that's why we shared with Yafir our true reason for being on the caravan and our mission. Because he is no longer just somebody who's helping the party. He has a target on his back now. And we also learned from him a few things about the Blood Company, such as they are from the Da, lands of Da to the north. And they gained their charter from this person called the Blood Queen, who is the mythical leader of Da. And they basically go around the world and say, we will trade. And then if people say, I don't want to trade, I don't care. And then like beat them up and things like that. Very evil people, I think. It feels to me anyway. Anyway, so now that we've shared a bit of information, we know roughly that somebody knows what we are trying to do, and that is where we